Okay. Hey, first and foremost, all the honors, the praises, the glory belongs to Yahweh, Shem Yahushai, by Shem Muhammad Dash. Name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh. Son's name is Yahushai, in who I reverence. Honors to the apostles that are in the Holy Spirit, and to the hopeful elect across the globe, and to the very few brothers and sisters that are listening and also learning in the hopes of being saved within these last days, because we are living in the last days of the last days. Concerning last days, what's a major prophecy? World War III. And this World War III is going to pop off. And how is it going to be? It's going to be with missiles and the different nations that will be used to shoot their missiles on America. And the last person you're going to be thinking about is, well, I don't want to say the last people you're going to be thinking about, but you ain't going to be thinking about waging war on your own citizens. That's the last thing you're going to be thinking about, right? You're not going to have time to spy on your own citizens. The main thing you're going to want to do is get yourself out of that war. But it is prophesied that these things would happen. So where should we start? Where should we start? Go to Jeremiah 50 and 9. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country. So it talks about from the north country. So where's the north country? Right? Armenia. Right? Poland. Right? The Eastern European nations. Right? From the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. Right? From hence she shall be taken. Now we do know the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, it backs America, right? But soon it's not going to, right? From thence shall she be taken, the arrow shall be as mighty expert man. It talks about arrows now, right? They shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Taken with what? Taken with what? Okay. Taken with their missiles. Their arrow shall be of the mighty expert man. And when it's saying she shall be taken her, what's the her referring to? America, Babylon. Their arrow shall be as a mighty expert man, none shall return in vain. And it says arrows. Them arrows are referred to their missiles, because their missiles look like arrows if you look at them properly. So these arrows are going to be shot in terms of nuclear missiles. Okay? And Chaldea shall be a spoil. Another word for America is Chaldea. All that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith the Lord Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. Because you were glad, because you rejoice, or you destroyers of mine heritage, which is Israel. Because you are grown fat, and as the heifer as grass, and below as the boughs, your mother shall be so confounded. It says it. Your mother shall be so confounded, which is Britain. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Because you even got British now that are ashamed to say, well, a branch of the Americans. Because how was America established? By the British, right? Okay. You even got British that look down upon Americans, but they're no different, right? And it says, she that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost part of the nations shall be as a wilderness. How? Through this World War III. A dry land and a desert. Okay? Key thing. A dry land and a desert. Because of the wrath of the Lord Yahushai, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at her plagues. So it's going to be empty. And that word for Babylon is Babal. Right? You had ancient Babylon, which was known as Iraq. Iraq was not destroyed by a nuclear fire. Iraq is still here today. Ancient Babylon was Iraq. It wasn't destroyed by a nuclear fire. This is how we know we're talking about America, because America follows the same customs of Babylon. Okay? And where else was we? Babakashah. And it says, because of the wrath of the Lord, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate, empty. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished, surprised, and hiss at her plagues. What's it when you hiss? When you're hissing, you're going, right? Put yourselves in array against Babylon, This is prophesied. So this is what when you're putting yourself in array, you're setting up for battle. All right, locations. Okay. Round about, all ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against the Lord. Spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against the Lord. Okay. Shout against her round about, for she hath given her hand. Her foundations are fallen. Her walls are thrown down, for it is the vengeance of the Lord Jehovah Shai. So these things are going to happen. Take vengeance upon her, as she shall have done. Do unto her. Cut off the sower from Babylon, the worker, and him that handleth the sickle in the time of harvest. Right? The farmers. For the fear of a pressing sword, they shall turn everyone to his people, and shall flee everyone to his own land. So you're going to have people that are leaving America. You got people doing that now. Leaving America. Right? To make merchandise somewhere else. Okay, so we went to that now. And the main, what's the word, protagonist? Is that the right word to use? The main protagonist of this war, who is it going to be? Russia. Excuse me just a minute. Just looking for it right now. So we got Jeremiah here. Then we're going to go to Ezekiel. Right, go to Ezekiel. Excuse me. So we're also going to get Ezekiel 38. And the word of the Lord Jehovah came to me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog and the land of Magog, and the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him. So it's not that we're just prophesying against one kingdom, we also prophesy against Russia as well. I say of the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. So what does it mean, I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws? That means the Lord is turning Russia back into that Cold War, what's it? That Soviet Russian type spirit, that Cold War spirit. Okay? That's why it means I will put hooks in their jaws. And I will turn thee back. And I will bring thee forth, and on thy army and horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor. Even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Are you hearing this? Right? Verse 5. Persia, right? Ethiopia and Libya with them. Right? Persia, Ethiopia, Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. So it says it. All of them with shield and helmet. Okay, so they're going to be a backing to Russia. Okay, which is known as BRIC, the BRIC nations. So Putin is funding these nations militarily, right? Because he wants backing. So he's doing them favors for that backing. See, Putin, he's not a rookie when it comes to war. He's not a rookie, is he? Okay. Because he used to be a spy for the KGB, right? So he knows about war tactics. He knows about espionage. He knows about all those things. Right? He knows those things. Babakasha. Even a great company with bucklers and shields and handling swords, Gomer, Turkey, and all his bands, and I believe it was 2017 to 2018, you were Turkey that were purchasing missiles off Russia. And I don't think America liked that. America doesn't like it. America doesn't like anyone doing business with Russia or Iran. Right? Remember when they were putting sanctions out? 2016, 2017? There were sanctions getting issued out. Right? There were sanctions being issued out to Iran, to Syria. Have you forgot about that? Right? See, America's the big bully upon earth. But not for any longer. Excuse me. So where was we, Baba Kashar? So yeah, Russia going to be turned back into that Cold War spirit. Goma's Turkey. And all her bands and the House of Togama and the North Quarters. It mentions the North Quarters again. Like Armenia, them type of regions between the Caspian Sea, all them regions at Poland, all them nations. And you've seen it in war before. You've seen people switch sides in war. That happens in war. People switch sides. Okay. It can happen. And it says, check this out. And all his bands and many people with thee. Be prepared, prepare thyself, thou all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be a guard unto them. So Persia, which is Iran. And we know Iran has nuclear capabilities. And you have I forgot his name now. The Prime Minister, whatever, the president of Iran that's always complaining about Iran because of the threat of Iran may bomb Israel. Which all these things are going to happen, by the way, right? And America is a backing to Israel, okay? But that's what they're afraid of. Iran's going to drop their missiles on Israel, okay? So this war is definitely going to pop off. And after many days I shall be visited in the latter years, and I shall come into the land that is brought from the sword, is gathered unto many people against the mountains of Israel, which have always waste, but I will brought forth among the nations, they shall dwell safely. So we went to that. And I want to go to another thing. Hold on just a minute. So Putin ain't playing, man. You waging war on your own citizens. You got people within certain nations, where the FBI, NSA, you got them waging war on their own citizens, even in the UK. Bro, don't worry about us. Why are you waging war on your own citizens? Worry about the nations that are going to come up against you. You should be worried about Russia. Because guess what? Russia, when it comes to technology as well, they've got their heads up on that. They're a step ahead. Yeah, they're a step ahead of America when it comes to technology as well. Okay. So we went to that, Baba Kashar. So we got Revelations. Oh yeah, and there was a reason why they cut off, what was it? It was called RT, because I used to post videos from RT. It's a reason. Why did they cut off RT News in the UK? Why did they cut it off? Because that was media coverage of certain things that were happening, but it wasn't biased. It wasn't just, it wasn't biased just because it was from Russia. They were giving you truths. They were giving you good media coverage, not just what they wanted you to hear. That's why they cut it off, right? Which I believe the headquarters, where were the headquarters? I think it was Germany or Belgium, and RT was actually, yeah, you know, it was Belgium or Germany, right? Because that's what you do in war. In war, it's a thing of propaganda, right? And that's what's pushed out in propaganda. That's why anytime you see on the media, what did they say about Russia? Putin, oh, he's the worst thing since sliced bread and this and that. That's what they're going to say. That's what they're going to say. But are NATO any different? Is Stoltenberg any different? Is America any different? No, I'm not picking sides at all. Because I'm not a big fan of Putin anyway. But I'm just saying, what makes you any different? Go into Revelations, Baba Kashar. And before you have a full out, blown out war, guess what you have? You have proxy wars. Before you have a full blown out war, you have a proxy war. They call it. So bear me just a minute. We're going to go to Revelation 16 and jump to 14. We go into this a lot. 12. And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates. Type in the word, look this up as well. Type in river Euphrates. Type that river in and see what comes up. See what comes up. You're going to see the river Euphrates, and guess what? All the water's going from there. I think all the water's gone from there now. I don't think there's any water. River Euphrates. Just type it in. I'm going to type it in myself and look it up later on. And I don't think you see any water there. If there is water there, it's going. Right? But that's prophecy. And the water there was dried up. Dried up. I'm going to type it in later on. River Euphrates. And there's a reason why it's going to be dried up. So the nations can cross it for that final World War III. That's why as prophets or whatever, or as teachers, you also got to get into geography. You got to know a little bit about history as well, right? And geographic locations. And it says, check this out. And the water thereof was dried up, and the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. Iran to cross that border, and the other nations as well. They're going to be marching. Syria, right? So we went to that, Baba Kashar, verse 16, and he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon. And this is really referring to when they stop warring each other and they cross over to the Middle East. Armageddon means valley of troops. Valley of troops, right? Because it's going to be a valley of troops that are going to be there. Armageddon. Even when I was younger, them words, I always heard them words. Armageddon. Armageddon. I always heard them words. Okay. So that's going to be the final world war. And yeah, Russia are going to play a huge role in taking down America. Right? And Iran. Okay. This is prophecy. Right? It's prophecy. So hold on just a minute. Something I'm looking for in Jeremiah as well. Jeremiah 50. Okay, sure. Hold on just a minute. So this is Jeremiah 51 and 11. Make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord have raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes. The kings of the Medes. Look up the ancient word for Medes. It is Russia. When it says kings of the Medes, it's Russia. Ancient Russia. That was the old name for ancient Russia. All right? Kings of the Medes. For his devices against Babylon to destroy it. So the Lord Yahushua is using Russia to destroy America. Because it is the vengeance of the Lord Yahushua, the vengeance of his temple. So that's what's going to happen. And it says set up a standard against Babylon. So they're going to set up a standard. What's that standard? Placing troops in different locations. Because I know NATO does that. NATO places troops in different locations. Well, Russia's going to do the same thing. I believe Russia still has the backing of Belarus. Right? They're still partners with Belarus. Right? So things are going on there. Putin is very strategical. He ain't no rookie when it comes to war. He ain't no rookie. Putin, just look at the images of Putin's face, bro. He ain't playing, bro. He ain't playing. You got them the Russian military. They're working out in the freezing cold, man. Right? They're jumping in ice. They're jumping in ice. They're jumping in ice lakes, bro. They're training, bro, with their tops off in the snow. Bro, they're ready for war. Bro, that's that Cold War spirit. Okay, that's that Cold War spirit. Okay. Baba Kashar, Baba Kashar, Baba Kashar. You got the US military messing about, wasting their funding on messing with their own citizens when they really should be funding it to get ready for this war. Right? Look at that movie Terminator, the end scene with Sarah O'Connor. Right? The producers even know they got that from the scriptures, man. Sarah O'Connor, she was on the gate. She was on them gates where that field was, where the children were. She was bagging on them gates. And what happened? She see a missile come down. Right? You see them missiles come down and bam, 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 bam. Right? She got burned. Never forget that scene. Right? This is what we're speaking about. This is not a joke. You still got people joking about. This is going to become a reality. But people think, no, well, it's not happened yet. And you got a few people have told me, I've spoken to a few people, they said, you know what? Lord willing, I won't be here. I'll be dead before then. You know? But just because you say that, it doesn't matter, because the scripture says the dead are going to be judged as well. So don't think, oh, well, maybe if you're gone before that time. No, the dead will be judged as well, according to the things they have done in the flesh. That's why we need to get ourselves right. You see, look, I haven't really been keeping up. I'm going to be real with you. I haven't been keeping up with everything that's been going on militarily wise with Ukraine and Russia. But I believe a lot of that is distractions. And remember, there's a lot of people that are pulling the strings as well. But in terms of Iran, I know Iran are still very upset because what happened to their general, Soleimani. Right? Remember, they took out the general Soleimani. Right? Some saying it was the US, some are saying it was the Israeli. They took out their favorite beloved general, Soleimani. And I'll never forget the speech of the daughter. The daughter says, you will not get away. I forgot how she says, you will not get away with this. She said, there will be vengeance. There will be a recompense for that. Soleimani's daughter. All right? And they also, not just that, to add insult to injury, then guess what they done after that? They took out the physicist. Right? They took out the physicist. Right? They took out, they took out Iran's physicist. Why did they take out the physicists? Because the physicists, what are they building? What are the physicists building? They're able to create nuclear weapons and so forth. So this thing's really, really getting wrong. Then you had North Korea, them, anytime Jung Kum-ing, I forgot his name now. Anytime he would do a missile test, you get the Americans would say, no, that's not right. And China, remember, America has the backing of China as well. Remember, they're working in hand. So there's a lot of things politically that are going on. But this is going to go down. It would definitely go down. Isaiah, read Isaiah as well. I be created the smith to destroy the smith. Right? So it's heavy stuff. Heavy stuff. Check out what's going on. Watch the news. Filter things through. And don't just watch one news station. Go on to others to really find out what's going on across the world, man. Because these things do affect all of us. And so lucky my battery's really running short. So I have to be quick with these videos. Quickly go to 2nd Ezra's. Woe be unto thee, Babylon. It mentions Babylon again. These nations hate Babylon. And Asia. When it mentions Asia, Russia now. Russia is... Who controls the oil? Siberia, right? Siberia controls the oil. Siberia is basically Russia, Asia, right? Europe, right? And it says, check this out, Baba Kusha. And Syria, gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair. Be well your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you. Who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you. What is he that may drive them away? Right? May anyone drive away a hungry lion in the wood, or may anyone quench a fire in the stubble? When it hath begun to burn, may one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer. The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? Right? So that a key thing, the arrow is shot of a strong archer. So that would be in parabolic sense of the Russians pressing that button, and the archer is yet those that press that button. But what's the bow? The bow is their missiles. Their missiles are known as intercontinental ballistic missiles. These have navigational systems upon it. It doesn't miss. It don't miss. Right? Instead of wasting, I keep telling these people, instead of wasting your technology, testing it on your own people, you better worry about these nations coming up against you, because this is what they're doing. They're getting all this funding to test this technology on citizens, using them as guinea pigs. Really, you should be more focused on, okay, building up your military for this world war. Okay. That's what you should be more focused on. That's what you should be more focused on, because Russia ain't playing. Iran ain't playing. Right? This thing's going to get serious. Okay. So, Lord willing, I'm going to shut off here. And until the next time, shalom to the hopeful. Shalom.